Here we are again, all back in the plenary. I am really curious to find out what discussions went on in the breakout sessions, but I hear that we'll have to wait until our team has brought all the results together. So we'll be getting back to you with that after the event. Now I'm handing over again to Annalisa for some closing words and, of course, the results of the budget vote.
Yes, good afternoon. I hope you had a very good lunch. So some conclusions from yesterday, since this afternoon it's too short to bring you already. So from yesterday, well, first of all, thanks a lot for participating. We had over 150 people, and this doesn't include our staff, huh? I have to clarify that. And so over 150 people, at least yesterday, that joined us for the event, and the most active countries, it's not Eurovision here, I'm just joking, but still Belgium, but because of us, Germany, France, Spain, Italy, so you're the champions still. Anyway, so thanks a lot for being very active. The most popular sessions where there were more people, so we had the collaboration platform, of course, and new ways of working, in the morning with the digital transformation groups, the Mayors Alliance for the European Green Deal in the speed networking sessions, smarter funding information and updates in the digital transformation groups, and creative citizenship and conference on the future of Europe in the speed networking sessions. So these are the best ones. Now, what came out from the digital transformation groups? Quite a lot, you did your Miro, some groups used the Miro, some others not, but still a lot was captured, and I'll go through the different sessions to see what are the main takeaways. So the one on using digital tools to create better forum working groups communities. So one idea is to arrange bilateral and informal social meetings during the year, also in the format, for instance, of lunch breaks, to make it, informal and, to use those moments like that. Then the COVID news platform worked really well. So let's allow this kind of sharing of experiences also on the collaboration platform, the new tool that we have, for example, on recovery. Then third, continue doing digital meetings, even when in-person meetings will be possible again. And this actually applies, this was also mentioned for those, the sort of formats of virtual sites, city visits. So to continue doing them anyway online. So that was the first group. The other group, the one on smarter funding information and updates. So first idea, focus on always encouraging the exchange in Eurocities and with Eurocities. For example, a meeting before summer of those responsible of, or at least interested in funding topics, like to really create a community, a strong community of these people. Then second point, increase the motivation to use the collaboration platform for direct communication. So for instance, adding the discussion board to the funding section. And third and last, add even more ways for cities to learn from each other. For example, capacity buildings like events where cities share their experience applying for funding with less experienced members, or in any case, exchange on this topic. So a lot of very concrete suggestions. Then the group on involving politicians. So continue with online meetings for politicians, because this allows mayors to participate, while maybe before it would have been even impossible. So we have more politicians, and especially mayors, being able to participate to meeting and engage in Eurocities. But at the same time, while all events should become hybrid, so always leave the possibility for people to be online as well, some high-level events should still give, should prioritize and privilege participation in presence. And here, like high-level events, like or where there is a political strong message, or they are politically sensitive and so on, like the Mayor's Summit or the AGM or some specific events. Then another suggestion was to organize short online meetings among politicians on a specific topic. For instance, moderated by a journalist on, I don't know, a specific topic, like the gig economy, or even more specific, or with or without an EU representative, for instance. But these short meetings would be open to any politician. Like we've done a lot of these sort of exchange meetings with ExCom, for example, but it would be, and some, of course, in the forum, there have been sessions among politicians in the framework of forums meetings, but this could be like any politician who wants to join on that specific topic would be able to do that. So it allows discussions among them. Then also a short online informal meetings for the newly elected politicians, so that they get welcomed by the president and they can exchange, in this case, for instance, with our president, the mayor of Florence, with the newly elected politicians, to say, what it is, what Eurocities is about. And if it's a peer-to-peer exchange, this will be more engaging for the new ones. And then finally, continue and reinforce personalized communication, of politicians, of cities, but through their political representatives. And then the group on working with the collaboration platform. So there was a lot of shared information about how the collaboration platform works, lots of questions and constructive feedback, as well as tips about how to better use the platform. So a lot of this should be shared. And it would be interesting to see how to engage the communications teams or communications officers from cities, so that there is a direct relations and ideas flowing and information flowing. And then cities from the same country would be interested in creating a dedicated space for their national clusters. I know already that France, for instance, is already thinking, the French cities are already thinking of that, and the Italians are just, launched the possibility. So that's, Nicola, that's it in terms of, takeaways.
Fantastic, Annalisa. What a wealth of ideas already from yesterday. And I'm sure we're going to look into more detail on the Miro boards. I assume that today will also bring up quite a number of ideas to follow up on. Annalisa, don't go away yet. I would still like you to say something about the results of the budget vote, please.
Of course, we need that. It's really important for us to have a budget, isn't it? So the voting on the approval, as you know, the voting on the approval of the Eurocities annual accounts were open for like 10 days, so from the 14th of May to the 26th of May. And thank you, everyone, for voting on them. They were actually approved unanimously, except one abstention. So the positive result, so the result is positive, and it's quite high. It's 252,000 euros compared to what we had projected when we approved the budget at the AGM, which was 144,000. So good news, and that is thanks to higher revenues on service contracts granted by the European Commission, but also to savings, from lower travel and operating costs because of the pandemic. So this has helped us to make some savings. Then resources have been reallocated to a digital transformation. You've heard a lot about what we've done and how we've invested those resources, and also to ensure business continuity and deliver online activities and services to all of you, to all the members. So the reserves at the end of 2020 amount to just over 2 million, and they are quite reassuring. I think it was a very good feeling to know that we had managed to build so good reserves, considering the risks of potential loss of members, even if as Marta told us, we may get to 200, but still we don't know the long-term impacts of the crisis on cities' budgets, since they are so stretched. You never know, but also we depend a little bit also on EU funding. So yeah, it's good to have good reserves, and also have reserves to maybe, if we need, invest in things that we need to do, new things. Then yeah, we will need to continue developing our website and collaboration platform. Of course, this will need some investment, and of course probably office reorganization, refurbishment, because we need a studio like this. This is, you can't see it here, but it's you know, we need to make it a proper studio with professional video conference material, and also rethinking a little bit the office space, because we may be on another concept of use of the office space with a little bit more teleworking and so on. So yeah, so that's the sort of picture, general picture. But of course, as usual, do not hesitate to contact us if you want to know more about anything in the budget or in the state of, you know, in the report of the budget of even 21, whatever. Contact me or Olivier, and we'll come back to you with the relevant information. And so the accounts for 2020 will be published at the National Bank of Belgium by the end of June. So I hope that's enough and clear enough.
Fantastic. Thank you, Annalisa. Thank you very much. So, dear colleagues, this was the last of the plenary session, so it's goodbye from us here. But from 14:30, 2:30, you will be able to join one of the city speed networking sessions. Unfortunately, Grenoble had to cancel their session, but we still have 4 exciting sessions for you from Bilbao, Nice Côte d'Azur, Chemnitz, and last but definitely not least, Guimarães. Our city colleagues have put a lot of effort into preparing these sessions, so I hope you will be joining them to learn more about some of their activities. Before going, I would like to thank Miguel and Sinead for so competently managing the backstage over these 2 days. Thank you very much. A virtual round of applause for you. Then I'll say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed the meeting, that you found it useful, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.